Question 1. What is the primary goal of sentiment analysis, often referred to as opinion mining? Option A. To identify and classify named entities in text. Option B. To determine the emotional tone or subjectivity behind a piece of text. Option C. To convert spoken language into written text. Option D. To summarize long documents into shorter versions. The correct answer is to determine the emotional tone or subjectivity behind a piece of text. Here's the explanation. Sentiment analysis's primary goal is to identify and extract subjective information, categorizing opinions as positive, negative, or neutral, thus determining the emotional tone. Question 2. Which advanced sentiment analysis feature is crucial for gaining granular insights by identifying the sentiment expressed towards specific entities or aspects within a sentence? E.g., the camera is excellent, but the battery life is poor. Option A. Named entity recognition, NER. Option B. Part of speech tagging, POS. Option C. Aspect-based sentiment analysis, ABSA. Option D. Sentiment lexicon aggregation. The correct answer is aspect-based sentiment analysis, ABSA. Here's the explanation. Aspect-based sentiment analysis, ABSA, specifically identifies sentiment for particular entities or aspects within a text, providing more granular insights than overall document sentiment. Question 3. In the context of cloud computing, which aspect of sentiment analysis is typically abstracted away and managed by the cloud provider, allowing developers to integrate powerful ASI capabilities without deep expertise? Option A. Providing the raw, unstructured text data for analysis. Option B. Integrating the sentiment analysis API into an application. Option C. Interpreting the sentiment scores and labels returned by the service. Option D. Developing, training, and managing the underlying machine learning models. The correct answer is developing, training, and managing the underlying machine learning models. Here's the explanation. Cloud providers abstract away the complexities of model development, infrastructure management, and scaling, providing easy-to-use APIs. Users provide text, integrate APIs, and interpret results, but don't typically train the models themselves for managed services. Question 4. A marketing team wants to quickly understand the main topics and themes discussed across thousands of customer reviews for their new product. They need to identify multi-word expressions that encapsulate the core subjects without manually reading each review. Which natural language processing (NLP) technique is best suited for this task? Option A. Language detection. Option B. Key phrase extraction. Option C. Named entity recognition, NER. Option D. Sentiment analysis. The correct answer is key phrase extraction. Here's the explanation. Key phrase extraction, KPE, is designed to automatically identify the most important, relevant, and representative multi-word phrases within a given body of text. It's ideal for getting the gist or main takeaways from documents like customer reviews, which is precisely what the marketing team needs. Question 5. When using a cloud-based key phrase extraction service, an administrator notices that the service sometimes returns phrases that appear less frequently in the text but are highly relevant to the document's core topic, especially if they are in the title or abstract. Which underlying mechanism allows advanced KPE models to prioritize such phrases over simply the most frequent words? Option A. Basic keyword counting. Option B. Part of speech, POS. Tagging and analysis of features like position and TF-IDF. Option C. Randomly selecting phrases from the middle of the document. Option D. Only considering single-word tokens. The correct answer is part of speech, POS. Tagging and analysis of features like position and TF-IDF. Here's the explanation. Advanced KPE models go beyond simple frequency. They use POS tagging to identify candidate phrases and then extract various features like frequency, position, title, abstract beginning, TF-IDF, and co-occurrence to assign a relevance score. This allows them to identify contextually important phrases, even if they aren't the most frequent. Question 6. A data scientist is working on a project to analyze legal documents. They need to identify specific legal entities like plaintiff, defendant, judge, and case number within the text. Additionally, they want to extract broader conceptual phrases like breach of contract or intellectual property infringement. Which two NLP techniques should be combined to achieve both objectives effectively? Option A. Key phrase extraction and text summarization. Option B. Named entity recognition, NER, and key phrase extraction. Option C. Sentiment analysis and language detection. Option D. Keyword extraction and topic modeling. The correct answer is named entity recognition, NER, and key phrase extraction. Here's the explanation. Named entity recognition, NER, is specifically designed to identify and classify proper nouns into predefined categories like persons, organizations, and specific identifiers like case numbers. Key phrase extraction, KPE, extracts general important multi-word phrases that encapsulate main topics. Combining these two would effectively identify both specific legal entities and broader conceptual phrases. Question 7. What is the primary goal of named entity recognition, NER, in natural language processing, NLP? Option A. To summarize long documents into shorter versions. Option B. To classify an entire document into predefined categories like sports or finance. Option C. To identify and classify specific named entities in unstructured text into predefined categories. Option D. To determine the emotional tone or sentiment of a piece of text. The correct answer is to identify and classify specific named entities in unstructured text into predefined categories. Quote, here's the explanation. The overview section clearly states, named entity recognition, NER, is a fundamental task in natural language processing, NLP, that involves identifying and classifying named entities in unstructured text into predefined categories such as person names, organizations, locations, dates, monetary values, and more. The other options describe different NLP tasks like summarization, text classification, and sentiment analysis. Question 8. In a sentence, Dr. Emily White, CEO of Innovate Corp., announced a new product launch in London on Monday. Quote, which of the following would an NER system typically identify as A. Location, entity? Option A. Dr. Emily White. Option B. CEO. Option C. Innovate Corp. Option D. London. The correct answer is London. Here's the explanation. The study material lists location, LOC, as a common entity type. London is a geographical location. Dr. Emily White is a person, CEO is a title, and Innovate Corp is an organization. Question 9. Which of the following best describes the relationship between named entity recognition, NER, and information extraction, IE? Option A. NER and IE are distinct and unrelated NLP tasks. Option B. NER is a broader field that encompasses IE as a subtask. Option C. NER is a foundational subtask within the broader field of information extraction. Option D. IE is primarily concerned with classifying entire documents, while NER focuses on keywords. The correct answer is NER is a foundational subtask within the broader field of information extraction. Here's the explanation. The comparison/related concepts section states, NER is a subtask of information extraction, i.e., is a broader field focused on automatically extracting structured information from unstructured and semi-structured documents, while NER identifies entities, i.e. goes further to identify relationships between these entities. NER is a foundational step for most IE systems. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.